I fell off a balcony at my sister's birthday. My sister's birthday's in December, so we're home for Christmas break. Obviously, I want to hang out with my sister on her 21st birthday. She has her boyfriend, who none of us really liked at the time, and one of her good friends come up, and she wants to go out up at the bars in UC for her birthday. So I say I'll drive them up there. I'm going to be the responsible older brother. I think every family and sibling knows when you don't like one of your siblings' significant others that they're dating, it just makes everything kind of a drag because you're like, I want to hang out with my sibling, but I don't like who they're dating and they're with them all the time and I don't want them around. You know what I'm saying? You're already just kind of on edge about the whole thing. And we live down in Grant County, so it's about a 30-minute drive for us up to the Cincinnati area. We're probably 15 minutes into this drive and you hear this voice in the back.
uh, I gotta use the restroom. I have to pee.
What? Like, not to be sexist, but we have two women in the car and your boyfriend's the one that has to stop to piss? I'm fired up. While you go in and pee and change your tampon, I guess I'll go get myself a roadie, buy myself a tall boy, and we continue the other 15 minutes we had left. We get to the bar, and at this time I still had my creased ID. Bar snapped my real fucking ID. So we go up to the bouncer, and we went to this bar my sister picked. It was called like Ladder 21. Ladder 19, something like that, some type of ladder bar. There's a big old line because it's obviously some type of college kid bar. I don't know shit about UC up in Clifton, so I'm just kind of following my sister's lead, right? We go up to this bar and not talking shit because I look like I'm 15 still. This kid that I hand my ID to, he has no idea what to do with himself. He probably looked like a 10 or 12-year-old. So he's just like looking at it and he looks at me and I'm like, dude, it's a real ID. I wouldn't be handing you an ID that's freaking folded in half if it wasn't a real ID. Nobody's that stupid to hand you a fake ID that's already snapped in half. And it's not broken. So how about you just go get an adult? I don't think I can let you in, bro. I said, go get your manager. It's a real ID. Just go get me a freaking adult. Okay, man. Okay. I'm like, yeah, okay. He goes in and gets the manager of this Ladders bar who comes out. He's like, yeah, sorry, man. He's a young kid. We're teaching him how to be a bouncer. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's fine. He's like, why's your ID like this? I have to explain the whole ID story to him. But we finally get into the bar after like a 15-minute thing. And I was totally being a dick. I will admit that. Like I said, I was already on edge. I'm with my sister's annoying, now ex-boyfriend, thank God. And we had to wait in like a 20-minute line. So once they said I wasn't getting in, I'm like, you can go ahead and stop the rest of these people. Nobody's getting in until I get in because I'm here with a real ID. Because I let my sister and her friends in with their fake ID. There's no way in hell you ain't letting me in the bar. I'm the one that freaking drove them up here. Once we get inside, I start drinking. I would hope most people can relate to it. Like, even when I don't plan on getting lit, when I'm with people that I really enjoy, good friends and my family, I just get so excited to go with them. It doesn't matter what the event is. We could be going to a cornfield in Nebraska to drink. I'm amped to be with people I enjoy because it's like, you invited me to hang out with you? Like, that's awesome because I love hanging out with you. Like, that's just how I am as a person. I get us a round of drinks and some shots, and next thing you know, like, we're drinking pretty heavily, feeling damn good. Well, it was kind of crowded downstairs, so we go up very skinny upstairs area to this Ladders place, and it was tight. But there was a railing that looked down over, I guess you could call it like the dance floor and the lower bar area. Like, it looked over the whole thing. So it's actually a cool little view. And we're standing over at the railing, and I say to my sister, I'm like, should I jump off this second story thing to the to the first floor? She's like, no. And then we start kind of going back and forth, and she's like, actually, yeah, that would be really funny. Probably like a 7 or 8 foot drop at the most. It wasn't like anything crazy. And they had this metal railing that was just very easy to step over and kind of hang on to. So I had stepped over the railing, and me and my sister are discussing. My sister's kind of doing a lookout for me. I said, well, if I do it, I don't want to land on someone. So my sister's like, stay there, and I'm going to go down and make sure the area is clear for you to jump. I'm like, all right, cool. So my sister's down there, and she starts videotaping. And it was amazing because a couple people down there started to notice, but nobody's noticing. So I'm like, this is perfect. I'm going to do this quick little jump, and we'll be good. So I'm holding onto the railing. I got my feet on the edge of this balcony. I'm looking back, making sure I'm good to jump. I went to lean back and jump. Well, I slipped. So I didn't get like that momentum to push myself away from the balcony. So I literally fall, grab onto the balcony, and swing myself down. And it was hilarious because of course, when I slip and almost eat shit, like I would have landed on the back of my head. I would have knocked myself out on the floor if I didn't grab, if I wasn't quick enough to grab. So I got super lucky. I fall, my whole lower body's flailing. I grab onto the railing and swing down. Well, once I realize I'm hanging there, basically doing a pull up, I'm like, oh, I'm only a few feet from the ground. So I just set myself down. I turn around and everyone is staring at me like, what the fuck did that kid just do? I looked at her and we're like, we're good? Smooth landing? Because I really only did it to make my sister laugh. That's my thing. When I'm hanging out with my friends and family like that, I get tunnel vision. I know I'm obnoxious and I worry my friends when we're out in public, but it's like I'm only paying attention to them. So if they're laughing and having a good time and they're not worried or stressed, then I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because it's not intentional. It's just how I am. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to agree with this. Like, you're just, the energy when you're with certain friends and family members is just so electric that you just want to have a good time and cut loose. And I don't think there's anything negative with that. I'm not saying like you have to be a jackass and be a dick to people, but like you can have good, clean fun and not hurt anybody's feelings or offend anyone or get canceled or whatever the hell everybody's always bitching about nowadays. I swing myself off the balcony and the manager comes over. He's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, yeah, man, I'm good. I did it on purpose. He's like, "Then get out." And I was like, "We're leaving anyway." So it was fun, and me and my sister had a little laugh about it. By the end of the night, we're all pretty smoked, and I was like, shit, man. Definitely like borderline not in condition to drive, but I didn't want my younger sister or her friends who were underage to drive, obviously, because that's 10 times more illegal than me doing it. So I was like, I'm just gonna I gave myself probably about 30 minutes of us walking around, drinking some water to get myself together, and then I drove. But I knew I shouldn't have been driving, and the reason I'm saying that is as we're leaving, because I think we parked in a parking garage. We parked in a parking garage on UC's campus right by the football stadium. So as we're leaving, a cop turns out behind me, and I'm like, fuck, I'm going to jail tonight. Like, I was literally the thought going through my head. I'm like, I'm going to jail tonight. He followed me for 3 blocks and then took a right when I took a left to get onto the expressway. But I felt like the luckiest son of a bitch on earth. And the reason I'm saying that is because, like I said, to this day, I say on here, I probably don't say it enough on here. The only reason I am not dead or in jail is because for some reason God is guiding me, and I don't know what He's guiding me to. I don't know what I'm trying to do, but I do know I love telling stories, and luckily God has given me a lot of content to talk about. I am not condoning buzz driving, drunk driving. I'm not condoning drinking and driving in any way, especially underage. But I'm also not sitting up here on a pedestal saying that I haven't done it or I don't do it. Like, I think we all know the truth of that matter is there's a lot of people that drive drunk and drive buzzed all the time, and they're probably very good at it. The reason I'm bringing it up for all you younger kids out there is like you hear a story like me who gets, for some reason, I've been very lucky to not have to learn that lesson the hard way. But I would just say to everybody out there, again, I'm not sitting up here on a pedestal saying I don't do it or haven't done it, but especially if you're underage drinking, man, don't get in a car and make it 10 times worse for you. Like, just stay somewhere. There's always a friend you can call. There's always a family member that'll come get you. Like, there's sleep in your car if you have to. Like, just don't drunk drive. And the reason I'm saying it, and it's not just for the younger kids, it's honestly for anybody out there, is because I get it, right? Like, you get a few drinks in you, or you get to that borderline, am I drunk or am I buzzed? Should I drive or should I not? If it's a close call, man, just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do. I know some of my friends think I drive intoxicated all the time. I do not, and I don't. Actually stopped doing that after that particular event because the thing is, it's not necessarily about you driving drunk. And again, I get it, right? Like, you feel invincible when you're in that state of mind. So I totally understand why people do it. Let's be honest, the drunk driving or buzz driving thing aside, we all as human beings have vices and things to improve on. But particularly with the drunk driving thing and the realization I came to, I know there's a lot of people that do it well, right? There's a lot of people that do it and do it well. There's some people that probably do it every single day and have never had an issue, and good for them. But for me, what I realized was no matter how much I do this or how good I am at it, which again, not, which is why I'm not a good driver when I'm sober. I damn sure shouldn't be doing it when I'm drinking. My whole point in saying all that is it's not necessarily about the person behind the wheel being drunk. Because if you want to take that chance with your life and your future and your reputation and your record and all the stuff that comes with it, so be it, right? Like, that's your choice and that's your decision. I'm not telling somebody how to live their life. It's not about you and your poor choice to drink and drive when you get behind a wheel, you're putting other people's lives who are completely innocent to the situation at risk. And I think that's probably the most fucked up thing about drunk driving is that it's selfish. You're not thinking about the lives you could be risking. Like let's say you just miss one red light or one stop sign, you could kill a family. Like nobody thinks about that stuff. And trust me, I'm speaking from experience. And I get the youthful side of that because you're just not thinking that way. All you're thinking about is not getting caught. But if something does happen and you kill someone because you're drinking under the influence, like just think about how selfish that is. Like you're ruining someone else's life because you chose to get in the car after having too many drinks. And again, I'm not preaching from a pedestal. You're looking at someone who has done it. I have 100% done it, but I shouldn't have, and I knew I shouldn't have, especially being an older sibling. Like, you don't want to be a bad example. You don't want to put your parents in that situation if you're still on their insurance. And again, just for yourself and for your future, it's not worth the risk, especially nowadays. There's so many Uber options. Sleep in your damn car. I've slept in my car plenty of times, and it's not a bad night's sleep, especially if you're in a good parking spot. So, so that would be my recommendation. Everyone out there who follows or sees this video, as far as the drinking and driving stuff goes, I just say, please don't do it. And again, I haven't done it in a long time, but I'm guilty of it too. So I get it. I get how invincible it feels when you've had a couple drinks and the windows are down and you're flying down the expressway, because that feels good when you're sober. So of course it's going to feel a little bit better when you've got a buzz or when you're drinking. But like I said, I really don't condone that, because I think it is one of the most selfish actions in the world. Not because it's not fun, not because I haven't done it, but because you're putting innocent people's lives at risk. And I think that's just something that's not cool. Why would you want to ruin your own life? Don't take the chance of ruining your own life. So I get it. It's a pain in the ass sometimes. I love sleeping in my own bed too. But seriously, it always breaks my heart when you see a drunk driver killing an innocent family, or a young person who just gets in the car, makes a mistake, and now they have a permanent punishment, whether it's through the law or they crash their car or they hurt themselves or somebody else. So just for your own sake, for your own future, because I get it. I know how much fun it is to get together and drink with your friends at any age. We all know it's a blast. I'm not like, you shouldn't do it, I'm lecturing you. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, for your own good. We all were put on this earth for a reason. Don't end your life short or someone else's just because you want to drink and drive. It's not worth it. So I'm sorry for the lecture on here. Sorry for the spiel, but I care about everybody. Anybody who watches this, I hope it gives you a little bit of perspective and value on just maybe don't get behind the wheel. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just telling you for your own benefit. So that's today's story. Hope everybody's well, and we'll be back soon. Talks with time. I was riding around town thinking to myself, is it gonna